Hello, and welcome to episode number 16 of The Checkdown, brought to you by The Painted Lines. I'm your host, Shane Half, and you can follow me on Twitter at @halfandhalf_TPL. Smash that subscribe button on YouTube, and make sure you follow us on Twitch. And so let's get into it. Today, we are power ranking the tight end groups in the NFC East. Now, if you've missed any of our previous articles or videos about quarterbacks, running backs, or receivers, make sure you check them out on our website or right here on YouTube. But let's get into today's ranking. At number 1, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have Dallas Goedert, who had 46 receptions for 524 yards and 3 touchdowns last season, and Zach Ertz, who had 36 receptions for 335 yards and 1 touchdown last season. Tight end was highly valued under Doug Peterson. In 2018, the Eagles spent the first pick that they had in the draft, which was a second rounder after trading out of pick 32, on Dallas Goedert, despite having Zach Ertz on the roster, who was coming off of a career year in 2017. Every year since they made that decision, they have led the league in 12 personnel usage. That is usage where we have 1 running back and 2 tight ends on the field. The Eagles used it more than anybody else in the league, and in fact, in 2019, they used it more than any other personnel grouping overall. Now, last year, the offense was bad. Zach Ertz was hurt, and when he wasn't hurt, he was bad, and Dallas Goedert's production dipped. But it's hard to underscore the impact that horrific quarterback play had on this offense. And so as we head into 2021, you wonder if these guys will bounce back, if quarterback really was the cause here. Now, Zach Ertz wants out of Philadelphia, and he can be released with after June 1st for a $8.5 million cap savings. And I have to believe the Eagles are going to make that move in the next few days. So assuming Zach Ertz is gone, is this worthy of the number 1 ranking just based off of Dallas Goedert? And my answer is yes. He's the highest potential tight end in the league, and he's going to have his first chance to come into the year as a full-time starter, and we'll see what he can make of that opportunity. Now, at number 2, we have the New York Giants. The New York Giants have the ever-athletic Evan Ingram, who had 654 yards and a touchdown last year, and they have Kyle Rudolph, who had 334 yards and a touchdown. Now, Kyle Rudolph was signed from the Minnesota Vikings in free agency to a 2-year deal worth $14 million. And so Rudolph and Ingram paired together with the wide receivers is going to give Daniel Jones a lot of weapons. Evan Ingram is an ultra-athletic tight end. He has elite athleticism at the position, but he has struggled to put it all together thus far in his NFL career. He had a great rookie season, and he's failed to match that production in any of the 3 subsequent seasons. So Kyle Rudolph is signed, and he's the perfect complement to Ingram. He is a solid, reliable target. He's never struggled with drops. He is a good red zone target, and he's a better blocker than Ingram. And so he figures to feature prominently in the Giants offense. At number 3, we have the Washington football team. They have Logan Thomas, who had 670 yards and 6 touchdowns last season, and the rookie John Bates. Logan Thomas switched position from quarterback to tight end a couple of seasons ago, and it finally paid off with that breakout year in 2020. He had never topped 16 receptions or 175 yards prior to 2020, and he blew those numbers out of the water with 72 receptions and 670 yards. He was 3rd on the team in receptions, 2nd in yards, and 1st in receiving touchdowns last season. In addition to that, they added John Bates in the 4th round of the draft. Now, Bates is a great blocker who doesn't have much pass-catching production in his college career. He never topped a 300-yard receiving season. While most NFL tight ends, they struggle to transition from college to the NFL with their blocking ability, that shouldn't be a concern or a limiting factor for Bates. And so he's a good complement to the more athletic Logan Thomas, and his blocking should get him on the field in year 1 and give him some opportunities for development. Now, at number 4, we have the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have Dalton Schultz, who had 63 receptions for 615 yards and 4 touchdowns a year ago. Now, the Cowboys haven't really had a good tight end since about 2 years before Jason Witten retired for the first time. but they haven't really needed one, nor have they prioritized it with Ezekiel Elliott and the wide receiver group that they have. Dalton Schultz took a big step forward in 2020. His first 2 years in the league, he totaled a combined 122 yards. But in 2022, he had 600 plus yards and 4 touchdowns. And he is not a flashy player, but the Cowboys don't really need that. They have all of the flash they could need in their wide receiver room. And so having the worst tight end group in the division is dramatically offset by the talent that they have at other areas of the offense. Well, that's going to do it for episode number 16 of the Checkdown. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube so you don't miss our next episode, and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of these rankings. Did I rank your team too low or too high? Sound off in the comments below. We'll see you next time.